Alright guys, welcome back to another Fortnite video, and in this one, it is time to go over a little bit of everything. Got a little bit of update news, as well as like a bit of challenge guides, as well as like something else that is sort of a challenge, sort of not. So specifically, we're going to be going over things like the Showtime Challenges, and where you can find the locations where you have to use the emote at, plus how to do the other challenges for that as well. On top of that, I'm going to be showing you how to get the second stage of the prisoner if you haven't seen how to do that yet. Definitely pretty interesting there. And also we're going to go over stuff like some maybe changes to aim assist, things like that. So going to be a very interesting video overall. Now speaking of new stuff, there's been some cool new skins in the item shop recently, and I'm sure some more are coming out in the future. So if you want to help support me, be sure to use code TheLlamaSir in the item shop. I seriously do appreciate it a ton, and thanks to all of you who have already been doing so. On top of that, be sure to hit that like button down below if you are excited for this event, and also be sure to comment what glider you are using right now. For me, it is the Season 6 umbrella, the Webrella as it's called, that you got for winning. But without further ado here, let's jump on into it with the first thing I want to talk about in this video, and that is that change to aim assist. Now I will say we don't know a ton yet on what exactly is going to be happening. We just got a couple of tweets from Eric Williamson, who is the design lead at Epic Games, and to be honest, there's been a lot of talk about aim assist overall, but not really much from Epic until, well, recently with this. But basically within these, and I'll just summarize these for the most part, make it go a little bit faster, but it seems like they're more so focused on the rapid ADS, or aiming down sights, instead of like aim assist itself as of right now. Now they did say that this change that they're planning is coming in 7.40, but he also says they're still testing different timing to find what feels fair. But then he goes on to say that the goal is to reduce worst case scenarios with rapid ADS, or aim down sights, and then also aim assist is otherwise unchanged. So it seems like the aim assist where you're already, you know, like aimed in and it slows when you're moving over an enemy, it seems like that is going to be unchanged. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what they mean by aim assist, but again, I'm not 100% sure. We're going to have to wait until 7.40 to know exactly what these changes are. But with that being said, it does seem to be like they are focusing on the ADS, which is like that little bit of how it snaps to a player if you're looking close to them, and then you aim down your sights and it sort of moves towards them. It seems like they're going to be altering that a little bit in terms of like rapid ADS, as he says. So yeah, guys, there is a little bit of info on that. Again, we're really not 100% sure what is going to change with this, so we will have to wait until 7.40 to get like that official look at what has changed. So who knows right now. But after that, guys, let's move on to something that is really fun and has to do with the brand new prisoner skin, or specifically the prisoner, but the one that we got from the snowfall challenges, and specifically a new stage that you can get with him. Now, as you guys probably already know, but if you don't, the prisoner is the skin again you unlock from the snowfall challenges. You have to complete 60 weekly challenges, which basically means 8 weeks of the 7 challenges plus a few more weekly challenges after that. So with that being said, this was the first week that anybody was able to get the skin, and I got it myself, and it is a really cool skin, to be honest. Now with that being said, there's something even more interesting with this one. There is actually an unlockable stage that's very secret. You really wouldn't know that you can even unlock this stage unless you, well, you know, you knew about it. There's really not much else to say about it. There's no like special challenge. There's nothing that points you in the direction of finding this, but basically if you find a key on the map, you'll be able to unlock stage 2 of the prisoner. So let's go ahead and jump into that in case you haven't seen it yet. But yeah, basically all you have to do is again find a key, and that key is hidden in Polar Peak. So if you go over to Polar Peak, and you may need to be the prisoner, not 100% sure about that, so maybe just be the prisoner to be on the safe side and make sure that the key shows up. But if you go to Polar Peak and sort of go towards the top of it and then go down through the bottom, you will find this big wide open room with a fireplace in it, and also some bookshelves, and then a desk next to those. So if you walk up to that desk, you will find a key sitting on it, and obviously when you get close to it, the key floats up, and then you can use your use key to pick that key up, and that is how you unlock an extra stage or style for the prisoner. So yeah, guys, as you can see, it like takes the lock off his face. It's definitely an interesting change, and I mean, it is really cool how secret this, you know, extra stage was. Now with that being said, I find it very interesting that it specifically says stage 2. It doesn't have like some special name for the style, and when you look at other skins we've had that have had stage styles, like for example Zenith and some of the other ones, none of them have only been 2 stages. And for skins like Tomato Head, which do have 2 styles specifically, the second style simply has a name. It's called Crown, not like stage 2. So I find that very odd. If it says stage 2, does that mean that there are more stages for this? So who knows, but either way, it's an extra style for this skin, so might as well try and get it. After that then though, we also have my guide for the Showtime Challenges and how to unlock that stuff. But real quick before we get into that, obviously there is an event coming very, very soon, and that is sort of the reason we got these challenges in the first place. So just so you guys know, apparently it's going to be an event with like Marshmallow or something like that. I mean, there was a specific tweet from Marshmallow talking about like a special event or something. And also there's obviously the posters in game and things like that. So on those posters, and also if you still need one, I'll show you one in just a sec here. But the supposed date for this event is February 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern time. That is the date that shows up on the posters, and also it says to go to Pleasant Park. So yeah, definitely pretty interesting. But again, February 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern time, I believe that's actually tomorrow. And since it is a Saturday, should be a good day for it. But yeah, guys, after that, let's jump into it with the challenges, my guide for all three of these, with the locations and stuff like that. But first of which, just starting out really easily with the poster. The one I found, there might be multiple posters, I'm not exactly sure, but I just went to one that was at Dusty Divot that I happened to walk by. And yeah, so if you go right here, there's a poster on the wall. You simply use your use button to, you know, inspect it or whatever it's called. And that's how you complete that challenge right there. That one's honestly pretty easy, but then you have the ones after that that get a little bit tougher. But as for the second challenge, this one is pretty simple, but it is required before doing the third challenge, because this second challenge gets you the Keep It Mellow emote, and the third challenge requires you to use the Keep It Mellow emote at specific locations. So the third challenge, I guess, is the tougher one, but the second one, I mean, if you don't know where the stage is, I guess it can be sort of tough, but overall it's very easy, and again, you do need to do it first. But this one is to simply visit the Showtime venue. So again, very straightforward. Now, where's the Showtime venue? Well, you may know, but it's at Pleasant Park. It's, you know, on the football field now, and if you simply go over to there, it doesn't really matter what game mode, do what you're comfortable in. I mean, Team Rumble, solo, as long as it's not Playground or something like that, I believe it should work fine. But if you go there, you simply land near the stage or the venue, and you will get this challenge done. Now, with that being said, I'm not sure if you can do the other challenge in the same game. I guess I forgot to check. If you unlock an emote during a game, does it add it to your wheel right away, or do you have to be in a new match for it to be added? Either way, though, you do need the emote that you just unlocked, the Keep It Mellow, to complete the next challenge here. Now, after that, you then have the one where you have to use the Keep It Mellow emote at some more specific locations. Now, if you do want to make it a little bit easier for yourself, this is a little bit of something that I forgot to do. Simply, you know, equip the Keep It Mellow emote to your main wheel. So go into your locker, you know, pick one of the 6 emotes and equip it there. That way you don't have to cycle through the wheel of emotes. I mean, you can, but it's a little bit annoying searching for it when you're at one of these locations. And so yeah, that makes it a little bit easier. But as for the locations themselves, the first of which is a Trucker's Oasis, which, as you guys may already know, is that one gas station. So that is on the southern area of the map. Simply go over to that gas station, use the emote there, and you'll have one of the parts done. After that, you then need to go to an ice cream parlor. Now, this one was a little bit tricky, but I actually know where this one is as well. It is another area that changed recently, and it might have been an ice cream parlor before, but it got a little bit of an update that I just discovered, and it is right next to the racetrack. The racetrack is on the east side of the map, sort of in the middle, and then the ice cream parlor is across from that. So if you go to this ice cream parlor right here, use the emote there, another part of it done, and then we have one more part to go, and that is to use the Keep It Mellow emote on a frozen lake. We've already had a challenge similar to this that required us to go to a frozen lake. That was within the weekly challenges, can't remember which week, but if you guys don't remember, that is talking about the frozen lake that is covering where Greasy Grove used to be. So basically on the map that is below Polar Peak. So if you go over to this right here, it's a big frozen lake. You can fully complete the challenge right there. Now after that, guys, something else I want to talk about real quick is about this new stage or whatever is at Pleasant Park. It seems pretty obvious that this is where the event is going to be happening. I mean, why else would they put a giant, you know, DJ area, a giant place for like dancing and things like that if it wasn't for the event? But with that being said, there's something interesting that I noticed about it. Something that's a little bit secret, but I think points towards how this may work a bit. So first of all, let's just take a look at the venue in the replay mode so you can get a good look at what exactly is over here. But yeah, it's a very cool stage. You've got the dance area where like a bunch of people can go with like a couple raised areas, but you've also got like for the main stage, it seems like there's a bunch of light panels on the back wall. There's a ton of speakers there as well. But yeah, you got a ton of light panels, so maybe we're gonna get like some crazy light show. I would expect something like a crazy light show. I mean, I don't know for sure, but these panels have to be for something, right? Now on top of that, you also have like the little Fortnite, or it's a pretty big letter F that I'm pretty sure is for Fortnite, so that's pretty interesting. But then you have the stage right here itself with a little DJ thing, whatever you want to call it, some speakers right there, and yeah, so that is the stage. But one thing that I think is very very interesting about this is that if you try to get on this main part of the stage with like the DJ thing, you can't actually go on there. There's an invisible wall blocking you off from actually getting onto this main part. And on top of that, I even tested like gliding in and trying to land on top of it, and you just slide off. Now with that being said, since you are not allowed onto this main part of the stage, does that mean that something would go there? Like maybe Marshmallow will show up and be right here on stage. I mean, that would make sense considering it is like a Marshmallow event. And I mean, there's DJ equipment up there, so I mean, it would make sense. So yeah, there's definitely going to be something here, that is for sure. They wouldn't put an invisible barrier keeping players from going on here unless there was going to be something there. So that's pretty interesting. I'm excited to see exactly how this event plays out. And that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more fun videos like this coming out in the near future. On top of that, be sure to check out my week 9 challenges guide here on screen on the left, and then on the right, another fun video I'm sure you'll enjoy. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.